Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the dishwasher's water supply underneath the sink. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Whirlpool dishwasher sump and motor assembly. It's going to be a very easy repair and it'll only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new sump and motor assembly. The sump and motor assembly is located at the bottom of the dishwasher. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if the sump or the seal is damaged, you're getting water leaking on the floor, or one of the other components has failed, and you'd rather change out the whole assembly instead of the individual pieces. In order to change out the part, we have to pull the dishwasher out of the cabinets. First thing we're going to do is go underneath the sink and disconnect the lines. Now that we're underneath the cabinets, you want to make sure that the dishwasher is still unplugged, and you may want to throw a towel down. When we take off the fill line and the drain hose, there's going to be some water that comes out. First, we're going to disconnect the fill line. It's connected right here to the hot water valve. You want to make sure the water valve is off, and then we're going to use our 5/8" wrench to loosen up the hose. Once you have it broke free, you can just reach in and unscrew it by hand. Once you have it off, you can just set it down, and then we can take off the drain hose. To take the drain hose off, you just want to follow it up to wherever it goes. It may go to the garbage disposal. Ours goes up to the air gap. Once you locate the end of it, we're going to take a 5/16 nut driver and loosen up the clamp. Once you have the clamp loose, you can pull it free and set it down. Once you have the lines disconnected, we're going to open up the dishwasher door. We're going to pull the lower rack out, set it aside. Once you have the rack out of the way, we have to take the stuff off the top of the sump. We're going to reach in and take the lower spray arm off. Just have to grab the base and turn it counterclockwise to unlock it, and lift it off and pull it out. Then we can remove the filters. Just have to turn this one counterclockwise and lift it out, and this one just lifts out. Next, we have to remove the diverter cap. It's held in by a little locking tab right here. We're just going to use the small flathead screwdriver to kind of lift it up over the tab and then start to turn it so it's past the locking tab. Then we're going to take the flathead screwdriver and release these tabs while we turn it at the same time. Once you have it unlocked, just lift it off and set it aside. Now that we have everything off the sump, we're going to use a Phillip screwdriver to take out the screws to hold the dishwasher to the countertop. Once you have the screws out, we can lift up on the door and use it to carefully pull the dishwasher out a little bit. We can grab the frame and pull it out the rest of the way. Once you have the dishwasher pulled out, we're going to put a towel down on the floor and then lay the dishwasher on its back. All you have to do is carefully lean it back. Now that we have the dishwasher on its back, we have access to the sump and motor assembly. It's held in by 3 locking tabs. We're just going to remove everything in order to get it out. We're going to start at the top with the drain hose. We're just going to use the pliers to move the clamp up. Once you have the clamp moved up, you can pull the hose off and swing it out of the way. Then we can take the wiring harness off. We're just going to use a small flathead screwdriver to press on the locking tab and pull the wire harness out. Then unhook it from the motor. Then we have to take the drain pump off the sump. There's a locking tab up here around 9 o'clock that you have to reach in and press, and then turn the pump counterclockwise off the sump. Once you have it free, you can pull it off and set it aside. Then we can remove the wiring harness from the circulation motor. Just going to use a small flathead screwdriver again and lift up on it, pull the wiring harness out. Once you have it unplugged, we're going to follow the wiring harness around and unhook it from the motor. And then just let it lay. Now we're going to unscrew the turbidity sensor. Just have to turn it to unlock it and pull it out. Then we're going to follow all these wires up and get them out of this little holder right here. It's going to use a small flathead screwdriver to press the release over and lift them out. Now that we have everything off the sump, we have to release these 3 tabs that lock it into the tub. All you have to do is turn them so they unlock from the tub. Before we push the sump in, there's another little locking tab right here that we have to press on with a flathead screwdriver. And as you're pressing on it, you just want to bang in on the sump to get it to break free and drop into the tub. Once you have it broken free, you just want to line the drain hose fitting up with this little cutout right here and then push it through. Once you have the sump assembly pushed up into the dishwasher, we're going to put the dishwasher up on its feet. And then pull the towel out. And then we're going to push it back in so the back is underneath the counter so it doesn't tip when we open the door. Once you have the door open, we can reach in and pull the sump and motor assembly out. Here's the old sump and motor assembly next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at appliancepartspros.com. Before you put the new sump and motor in, you want to make sure you clean the lip right here where it sits. And then you want to get it wet with some water along with the seal so it seats down in there a little bit easier. These are kind of hard to push in. Once you have it wet, we're going to put the back in first. Make sure you get the hose out of the way. And make sure the motor goes behind the lip of the tub back here. You want to make sure the drain hose fitting goes through the little cutout there. And then when you drop it down, the pin goes right here. Once you have it in place, you want to push down on it until you get the seal seated evenly all the way around. You want to make sure that front tab in the front locks in. You may have to put some pretty good pressure on it to make it stay there. Once you have it in place, you can put the dishwasher back on its back. Once you have the dishwasher on its back, we can lock the tabs in. All you have to do is swing them over and lock them in. Just pull on the sump so it seats down properly and you can slide them over. Now that we have the sump and motor in, we're going to put the wires back on. You have to use the flathead screwdriver and lift up on this. And then we're going to push it over so it locks. Then we can put the turbidity sensor in. Just have to line it up and turn it so it locks in. Just want to make sure it lines up right there and the arrow goes there. Then we're going to grab the wiring harness for the circulation motor and put it into the holder here. And follow it around and hook it into the motor itself. Then we can grab the drain pump and put it on. If the O-ring is dry, you can get it wet so it slides a little easier. And you want to line it up with the locking tabs right here so that when you twist it, the locking tab is in the back and it locks in. Then we can connect the wiring harness First, we're going to put it through the holder and then plug it into the motor. Make sure it locks on so you get a good connection. Then we can grab the drain hose and put it onto the fitting here. Once you have it in place, we can grab the pliers and compress the clamp and move it down so you get a good seal. Now that we have everything put back together, we can put the dishwasher back up on its feet. All you have to do is carefully lift the dishwasher up and set it on its feet. And then we can pull the towel out and put the lines underneath the cabinets. We want to push the dishwasher in about halfway. Then we can go underneath the sink and pull on the lines to make sure they're not caught on anything. Then we can push the dishwasher in the rest of the way. Now we can reconnect the drain hose to the air gap. Once you have it pushed up into place, we're going to use our 5/16 inch nut driver to tighten down the clamp. Once you have the drain line hooked up, we can hook up the water line. All you have to do is get it started by hand. Once you have it snug, we can reach in with our 5/8 inch wrench to tighten it down so it doesn't leak. Now that we have the lines reconnected, we're going to open up the dishwasher door and use the Phillip screwdriver to put in the screws to hold the dishwasher to the countertop. Now we can reconnect the water supply line. Just like when we took it off, we're going to use a screwdriver to lift up on the tab back there and turn it. Then we're going to line up the hose so it goes in there while we tighten it. Once you have it locked back in, we can put the filters back in. Just want to put the coarse filter in there and lock it in underneath the little tabs. We can put the fine filter in. Put it in and turn it so it locks in. Then we can put the lower spray arm back in. Just want to line it up with the base. Turn it so it locks in. Once you have it in, we can put the lower rack back in. To put the rack back in, all you have to do is set it on the door and push it back in. Once you have it in, you can close the door, plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.